Look how it's hitting the top of that water. Is that not beautiful? Figuring crappie out, that's the deal right here. It's not that easy sometimes, folks. Now, they could be some fish right here, right down through here, suspended and holding to those posts. We'll try that. We'll vertical jig around these posts and see. You never know. You got to check out every possibility. There's a lot of bait down through here. So these fish could be bunched up anywhere. A lot of shad around this post right here. There he is. There we go. Come on in here. Maybe we found a few right here. What it is, these posts right here are right on the edge of this break right here, folks, in 12 feet of water. And there's a lot of shad. There's a lot of small shad grouped up right here. But, and I mean, there's a lot of them. There may be too many. You can have too many shad, and these fish are very, very difficult to catch. Not just crappie, any fish are. But what we're going to do is vertical jig, go back and forth on this for a while, and see if that'll work. That's a pretty good fish right there. That's about a 9 3/4 inch fish. Might be 10, but let's let him go. Go on back. Vertical jigging is one of my favorite ways of catching crappie. But I'm going to tell you that loop knot right there is the key. That is the key. It will allow that bait to float up just like a minnow swims, like this, because it's not tied direct to the eyelet. There's a lot of freedom right there. And when you're vertical jigging, like y'all see right there, it makes it look very natural. That loop knot is a big deal right there. But let's go back and see if there's some more crappie. They're suspended. Now, when I'm talking about shad, I want to show y'all something. And this makes fishing very difficult. Y'all see all those shad? Swarms of them. So I got to work this bait just right to make it stand out in such a way that these fish will target this little bait right here. And that's about the size of the shad this time of the year. That's going to be the, and they're in there feeding on them. There ain't no telling how many crappies in there, but all they have to do is reach and grab one, folks. So that's going to make it tough, but maybe we can catch a few. Let's try it again. That fish that I just caught was probably 8 feet deep, 9 feet deep. He's about 3 feet off the bottom. So I'm just going to try to repeat that. Holding it at that depth and just kind of shaking that jig, making that jig dance a little bit. There he is. Such a light bite. That's a good fish right here. Let's see if we can flip him. Oh, that's a good fish right there. Now, see how they're just nipping. Let's look at this. This is very, very important right here. Okay, folks, I'm going to explain to y'all. That's not a bad fish right there. Fat, healthy, been eaten up good. But I'm going to explain to y'all something about this, and this is what I look for when I'm out here crappie fishing. Well, to start with, these crappie are inactive, very inactive, because there's no water movement. They're not generating no water at the dam. So these fish are not wanting to eat, not at all. And here's a clear indication of that. Y'all see how that fish has got that jig barely. I barely got him hooked right there. Well, when a crappie is active and they're hungry, that jig will be way down there. And so that's why I'm having a lot of fish right here. They'll nip it. What I mean by nip it, let's let this fish go right here. When I mean a nipping bite, what they're doing, they can't stand it because I'm holding it in front of their face. They can't stand it, but they're coming and they're grabbing it right here like that. Just behind the hook. They're not grabbing them when I set the hook, well, there's nothing there. Well, a trick, which I'm not going to do right now because I don't have little bitty jigs with me, but a trick, which I've shown before in a lot of my videos, is to, see, this is a 2-inch bait, is to drop down to 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches, or even 1 inch bait, a tiny bait, 2-pound test line, and a smaller jig head. By doing that, you'll start catching every fish that hits. I hate it for Clarence, folks. His wife left him. She rented her an apartment. The reason is because she warned him to quit eating so many beans. She warned him. He didn't listen to her. See, I'm focusing on the post. There's 3 posts. There's 3, there's 3, there's 3. Bigger structure, folks. All 3 of these has got a lot of shad. I didn't get close enough. So there's no doubt that these crappie are using all 3 of these. And they're about 2 feet from the bottom. I'm fishing above them just a little bit. So I'm about 3 feet. They're not having to move but about a foot up to grab my jig. So I'm keeping it right there close to their mouth. Close as I can without fishing under them. But I'm keeping it right in front of their doggone face for just as long a period as I can. A crappie can't stand it. There he is. Here's a little better fish right here. We're starting to catch some good ones right here. Let me see how he's hooked. I'm going to try to flip him. Okay. Got a net right there, but I'm going back and forth on these 2 places right here. Here, and then out here in open water. They keep the... That's where they're at. That's a good solid fish right there. Boy, I'm going to tell y'all what. If Mama Sue was here, I'd be in trouble. Turning these big pretty crappie away, folks. She would be aggravated at me, but gosh, you can't keep them all. You have to be conservative to a certain extent, I think. Let's put him back. He headed right back straight to that. That's how good their little radar is. Work it slow, slow, slow. Slower the better. When the water's this hot, when you think you're fishing slow, slow down a little bit more. You'll find out you'll start catching more fish by doing that. See, there's a bite right there. We just got a bite right there. Let's see if we can make him bite. My. I had a bite right there. I missed him. Daggone it, I missed him. I don't know how. Don't y'all just can't... I can't stand to miss a fish, can y'all? There's something about that. I got him, though. That's why I missed him. He's a little bitty one. These are the kind that old Elrod used to catch all the time. He thought they was good, and he'd just smile. Had that one tooth left in his head, the bottom tooth. The rest of them were gone. That center gum that he had on the top side of his mouth, folks, that thing was that long right there. Looked like a tooth nearly. All right, folks, are getting wise to the colors I'm throwing, so I'm gonna, and that's another thing that I do, is I'll switch up colors. Very, very important to keep catching these fish. But I'm going to go to a blue ice. Same size jig head, a 1/32 ounce. Same knot, loop knot. But this is a blue ice. It's a totally different look. Still natural, but it's still a different look. Clear water, I always use natural colors, normally all the time. But that's just my opinion. Shad never changes their color. They're black back, silver, white belly. So anything along a natural color like that, y'all excuse me, I'm trying to get this fish to bite. I know he's right there. He's right there. Can't be beat. The only time I use gaudy colors is when the water gets muddy. A kind of rain, a lot of rain, a lot of influx of water. It dinges the watercolor up a different color than the lake normally is. Then I start working with those other colors. Look at that old spider right there, folks. He's been crawling on me and bothering me. I'm gonna leave him on there. He kind of tickles. Kindly feels good. I'm gonna leave a little dude on there. He ain't bothering nothing. He's just climbing around. Now, if I were to put that on Mama Sue, hey, oh, I got a bite right there. Doggone it, I ain't paying attention. But if I was to put that on Mama Sue, she'd knock knots on my head faster than I could count them. Go on back. She would. She don't tolerate stuff like that. There's still some fish suspended right out there. There he is. There's a good one. There we go. That's what we're wanting right here. That fish was actually deeper on the drop off. Let's see. Quit that. We'll flip him in. Might as well. That was dangerous because I nearly I lost him. It don't matter. This is for fun. Yep. Let's let him go. That fish was on out deeper. It's getting later in the day, so they're going to move out a little bit deeper to get away from that sun and shade them eyes. They don't like sunlight. They don't like sunlight at all. Matter of fact, this time of the year, crappie mainly feed at night. That's when they do all their feeding. But that fish was on out here deeper, quite a bit deeper. So I'm going to follow them out here and try to catch a couple more. As long as they bite, I'm going to hang with them. He's deeper, but yet he's still 2 feet off the bottom. He's in 16 feet of water. Well, I'm fishing in over 16 feet of water, but I'm fishing 14 feet deep, so. And there's another one, see, and a good one. So that's what they're doing right now. That's a good one right here. They just pushed out here deeper. Come on in here. Yep. So there's another deal right there, folks. Just follow them out. In the morning, they'll be shallower a lot of times. Just as the sun starts moving up, getting brighter, the fish will move on out. Deeper. That's a good one, ain't it? They going back. There is a lot of fish right here. Well, folks, there's a little more summer crappie fishing. A little tough sometimes, especially when the water temperature's this hot. However, light line, light tackle, with light jig, and patience equals crappie. I want to say God bless each and every one of y'all. Thank y'all for all the great comments. Everything y'all do for this channel. I appreciate y'all. Hey, whoa.
Go fishing when you can, because it's good food.